You know, one thing I was thinking about lately, you remember that old book, The Scarlet Letter? Where the one woman committed adultery and they made her wear a scarlet letter and she was dressed down by her entire community.
I think they even made a movie out of that.
I've never actually read the book or seen the movie, but I get the general concept.
Yes. Well, one thing I've noticed about a lot of Christians is they do what they can to avoid these scarlet letters, and they'll hide a lot of their sins away. You know, be it adultery, be it drugs, theft. I mean, I heard about this one old woman who, well, when she was younger, she actually hid a pregnancy that she had until after the child was born. Her other children had no idea.
That was since the other children?
Yes, that was after her other children were born. She had been through a divorce, and she got pregnant again, and she wanted to hide her fornication from her children, so she hid the pregnancy, and the children never even knew it until the child was born. The baby was born.
Well, I think I know.
Yeah. It seems like the mentality of religion, not necessarily Christianity, but religion is to hide things in closets because they want to uphold a moral standard. And they want to appear to be holding up that moral standard. And they want to ignore sin.
So they don't get put out of the church or looked down by other members of the congregation, right?
Right. They hide things like porn addiction and adultery and stealing, and whatever sins there are. They try to hide it from others. And they put it into their Christian closet. And they try to force other people outside of the church to hide in that closet, such as homosexuality. They want to put that in the closet. And, you know...
anything that's beyond the norm.
Yeah. Beyond their moral norm.
Exactly. Be it their atheist child or their homosexual child or...
I've seen it all the time. It's hypocriticism. And they just want to hide it. They don't want it out in the open. And then when something comes out of the closet, they go, "Oh, that's bad. That's wrong. You shouldn't be like that."
Here's
even
your
if
scarlet letter.
Yes.
Yeah, they're required to live up to certain standards, and they find they really can't do it.
Right. I mean,
there's more polls because of that.
Whether they realize it or not, the idea of banning gay marriage is actually a way of shoving people into the closet. They don't want to see it. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want anything out in public about.
Would you say that's mentally
marriage.
unhealthy for them to be pressured like this?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, what about the military's don't ask, don't tell policy they used to have?
Yeah, that was originally put up to protect homosexuals, but after it became no longer necessary, it took a while to get rid of it. And really all it's doing is pulling homosexuality out of the closet.
Now, what would it take to be able to make people free their minds of any problems like this? What would it really take, you think?
It would take a lot, because people who are religiously minded,
or something.
people who are religiously minded don't want to be confronted with sin. I mean, they think that even
they live in this guilt all their lives.
Yeah, I've heard of people who won't see a movie because there's nudity in it, just because apparently staring at a naked body is sin.
Yeah, I remember that being in a movie with someone they're saying, and nudity finally came out, and we didn't expect it, and they were like, you're sinning because you're looking at her.
Well, if you want to go the Christian route, as long as you're not looking upon her with that lustful attitude,
I mean,
it's altogether fine.
Yeah, if somebody jumps right out in front of you naked, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. What, they make you sin just because they jump out in front of you?
Well, that's what one of the main characters in the Scarlet Letter, they accuse this woman of being the cause of, I believe it was the minister's sin.
Mm-hmm.
Because she caused him to be lustful after her.
So what did he do about it?
Well, that's why they all condemned her.
I mean, in the Bible, it even states, there's even Bible passages that say, oh, it's never the man's fault, it's always the woman's fault for the sin of lust. You know?
Yeah, it can be.
What about
That's not
he who is
possible.
free from sin cast the first stone?
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I can't see mental sins as being actual sins because you can't help what you think in your mind. You can't just put it in the back burner of your mind and go, I didn't think of that.
I remember seeing an interview once with Pat Roberts, and he was saying that killing people in video games was just as sinful as killing people in real life.
Well, would you rather us kill people in real life?
I mean, what about Pac-Man eating all those little, you know?
I mean, the thing is I think your actions are more important than what you think in your mind. I mean, I've had graphic thoughts in my mind that I would not wish to experience in real life. And honestly, I don't think I was sinning thinking those thoughts. But as long as I don't act on them, I'm perfectly fine.
Well, I know personally that you have a very caring nature about you.
And I wouldn't try to hurt anybody. I mean, one time I did try to hurt somebody, and it screwed me up in the head for quite a bit of time. And I'm just not a violent person.
Well, you were defending yourself.
I was defending myself and my family.
Because he actually attacked you.
Well, I was defending myself and my family.
But still, I mean, I couldn't hit anyone either, and so I understand that. But you being of a compassionate nature, that's why you're doing videos like this, to try to connect with people better and understand their problems.
Yeah. I mean, I try to be as moral a person as I can be. And that means not hiding things in the closet. That means being upfront about everything to everyone.
You know, I think if someone can get rid of the chains of the concept of sin, that's what would cause them to hide less.
Yeah.
If they can adopt their own moral code, their own belief system, and not try to follow one that they feel is impossible to follow.
Exactly.
Well, I would understand that the word sin came as, okay, the word sin probably would not exist if, it actually defines God's law. Otherwise, the word sin wouldn't even exist. Otherwise, what would it be?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
What word would it be?
That's what I mean. Get rid of the chains of the concept of sin.
Yeah, the word never had to exist. Right?
I agree.
Exactly.
What would it be in the English language?
True morality has nothing to do with sin. I mean, true morality is doing something not because some religious dogma tells you you're not supposed to do that.
Would you think that sin actually causes people to feel guilty all the time?
True morality is doing things that benefit society as a whole.
True morality, your true moral self, It's how you act when nobody's looking.
Exactly.
So you act around other people like you act in private.
Mhm. Exactly.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
the
how
things
you
in
gauge
the closet.
yourself. Yeah.
Yep, I think that was a good one.